Fund the police!
Breonna Taylor was killing her man. How many shots? 8 shots. Breonna Taylor was killing her man. How many shots?
8 shots!
Breonna Taylor was killing her man. How many shots?
8 shots!
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 What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want? When
Justice!
do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
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 no justice, no justice, no justice, no racism.
How you been? I've been out there. I know I seen you over there.
No justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police, no justice.
the hell out of that red light.
Ran that light for that. He said, fuck 12.
I've seen him around. I don't know where he's from. Yep, there you go. God, look at Grandma. Ain't that
2020.
Black lives matter!
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter!
Black lives matter. Black lives they matter here. Black lives they matter here. Black lives they matter here. No racist USA. No KKK, no racist USA. No KKK, no racist USA. No KKK, no racist USA.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. Hey, I was just here. Do you want to? Do you bring
I can still see you behind that bush. Nice place. Face of racism. You gotta go film about it.
Look at him.
I love that it's attached to your foot.
Let's make racists scared again. Let's make racists scared again. Let's make racists scared again.
Did she delete her Facebook? Oh, I got the AK thing.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what equality looks like. This is what equality looks like. This is what unity looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
One of them bad boys. I want to make her own.
No Trump! No KKK! No racist USA! No Trump! No KKK! No racist USA! No So don't arrest me.
Arrest the police.
So don't arrest me.
Arrest the police.
So don't arrest me.
Arrest the police.
Hey everyone. Hey, it's me again. If we could all do our usual and take a quick moment of silence for all of the indigenous folks who were murdered on this colonized land that continues to be occupied and are literally put in cages, raped, and murdered just to defend the air, land, and water that was here before any of us got here. So let's take a minute.
Trying to rile everything out. I call them the comfortable, the less informed, the less educated. That's all they are. I can't call them thorough anymore.
Thank you, my buddy. Very indigenous group here in Florida. If you're looking to support indigenous rights in Florida, indigenous rights and environmental equality, that's fiery. And today I come to you just specifically to speak on why folks are asking to abolish the police, because I know not everybody is clear, and I know the history is really muddled because of the colonial system that we live in. So I just came to try to bring some clarity for everyone if that's cool. I just want to start by asking, does anyone know what the 13th Amendment is? Can I get a show of hands who has heard of the 13th Amendment? That is most of y'all. But just to refresh it, especially for Newport Richey, because a lot of folks aren't aware, that the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution abolished slavery and involuntary servitude except as punishment for a crime. So what does that make the system of incarceration that we see today? Slavery. So what is the system that puts people in cages for doing things like asking for help, what they call panhandling? Slavery. Putting people in cages. It's ridiculous that in a nation that has one of the biggest military-industrial complexes in the world, we have hungry people. We have people that can't get health care. We have people that can't get child care, that can't get transportation to get to their basic rights. And that's ridiculous in 2020. Do y'all agree? So I'm going to read you because I always like to give credence to my predecessors and some of the amazing black revolutionaries, especially black women, who continue to do the labor for our global community to show us why we should not employ slave catchers. So to break it down, before I begin, if this is a system of slavery, this system of cages, then what are the people that take our community members to those cages by force? They're slave catchers. And so if people want to know where they will be during chattel slavery, then you know by where you stand on prison abolition, where you stand on the abolition of the police. Because thankfully, according to Mariame Kaba, and a slew of researchers and community members and activists and organizers, we know that we cannot reform the police. The only way to diminish police violence is to reduce contact between the public and the police. There is not a single era in the United States history in which the police were not a force of violence against black people. And for that matter, brown, indigenous, and now working killer as well. Policing in the South emerged from the slave patrols in the 17 and 1800s that caught and returned runaway enslaved people. In the North, the first municipal police departments were official in the mid-1800s, and all they served was to help quash labor strikes and uprisings against the rich. Everywhere, they have suppressed marginalized populations to protect the status quo. And after the 1967 urban uprising, the Charter Commission released a now familiar set of recommendations, like working to build community support for law enforcement and reviewing police operations in the ghetto to ensure proper conduct by police officers. But just to put into context, everybody who's asking for community control of the police is erasing the labor of all the activists that tried that for decades. And still, our black and brown and indigenous families, our children are still continuously caged, raped, and murdered. So it clearly does not work. Calls for similar reforms were trotted out in response to the brutal police beating of Rodney King in 1991 and the rebellion that followed. And again, after the killings of Michael Brown and Eric Gardner. And note that those are all cis black men. Notice who we're not mentioning. In the final report of the Obama administration of the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing resulted in procedural tweaks like implicit bias training, police community listening sessions, slight alterations of use of force policies and systems to identify potentially problematic officers early on. But even a member of the task force herself, Tracy Mears, noted in 2017, policing as we know it must be abolished before it can be transformed. So we are not abandoning our communities to violence. We don't just want to close police departments. We want to make them obsolete. Because what do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need?
Housing, not handcuffs.
What do we need?
Housing, not handcuffs.
What do we need?
Housing, not handcuffs.
And we can build other ways of responding to harms in our society. Trained community care workers can do mental health checks if someone needs help. Towns could use restorative justice models instead of throwing people in cages. Because what do we need? Counselors, not cops. What do we need?
Counselors, not cops.
What do we need?
Counselors, not cops.
What do we need?
Counselors, not cops.
And what about rape? Sexual assault? The current approach hasn't ended it. In fact, most rapists never see the inside of a courtroom. No, that's not the equation of justice, just so we're all clear. 2/3 of people who experience sexual violence never report it to anyone. Those who file police reports are often dissatisfied without unjust response. Additionally, police officers commit sexual assault alarmingly often. A study in 2010 found that sexual misconduct was the second most frequent reported form of police misconduct. In 2013, 5 years ago, the Buffalo News found that an officer was caught for sexual misconduct every 5 days. Repeat that after me. A police officer was caught for sexual misconduct.
It's an open container.
Every 5 days. A police officer was caught.
A police officer was caught
For sexual misconduct.
for sexual misconduct.
Every 5 days.
Every 5 days.
And to add to something that's not in this particular article, according to this awesome report called Police Sexual Misconduct that came out a couple years ago, we know that 60% of those victims of sexual assault are minors. They are under the age of 18. So we are dealing with rapists and pedophiles, and to add, by self-admitted report, repeat after me, 40% of police officers are domestic abusers. 40% of police officers are domestic abusers. And that is according to self-report. That is when a cop. Also, I'd love to make sure, if I'm going to be in this space, are y'all here to support black people? Or are you here to fight with white supremacists? Are you here to support black people? Thank you. Or are you here to fight white supremacists? Thank you. I just want to be clear on today's rest for today. So what's really important to pay attention to, y'all, is that the constant rape, the constant putting of people in cages during the biggest public health crisis of our lifetime. We need compassion, not cages. What do we need?
Compassion, not cages.
What do we need?
Compassion, not cages.
What do we need?
Compassion, not cages.
What do we need?
Compassion, not cages.
And furthermore, according to self-reported surveys by community members all over Florida, we need child care, not cages. What do we need?
Child care, not cages.
What do we need?
Child care, not cages.
What do we need?
Child care, not cages.
What do we need?
Child care, not cages.
Because it's ridiculous that people are starving, that people are dying of COVID-19 unnecessarily. And what we could do is put the millions of dollars that we put into slave catchers into people's basic needs. We could put it into their housing, into their health care, into food. We could put it into transit, into education. We could put it into so many beautiful and wonderful things that we desperately need during the pandemic, climate crisis, race war that is Florida. But instead, we're every year increasing the police budget, increasing the sheriff's budget. And I ask you all as people who need basic rights and not slave catchers, is that right?
No.
Is that right?
No.
Is that just?
No.
And are we going to take it?
No.
So tell them what we need. Clean energy, not cages. What do we need?
Clean energy, not cages.
What do we need?
Clean energy, not cages.
What do we need?
Clean energy, not cages.
What do we need?
Clean energy, not cages.
And sometimes people continue to ask, well, what are we going to do instead, right? Because obviously it's going to take some time for every single person in this country, documented or not, because housing is a right, to get housing, to get health care, until we completely transition to 100% renewable energy in our Sunshine State. Until that happens, something that is very cheap and very effective is we put millions upon millions of dollars into the Newport Richey Police Department. It takes $1 to $2 million and nothing but 6 months of community training tops to make it so that we have programs like Cahoots that's in Eugene, Oregon that has existed for over 3 decades. We can have programs like violence interrupters that are mainly centered and run by people that used to be in gangs. And mind you, gangs are people that provide for the community versus the real institutional gang that is the police. So what we need in 2020 and every year going forward is food. Until every belly is full, we need food, not firearms. What do we need?
Food, not firearms.
What do we need?
Food, not firearms.
What do we need?
Food, not firearms.
What do we need?
Food, not firearms.
So when people come to you with false information, telling you that a world without cages is not possible, tell them that it's been going on for decades, they just weren't clued in. Tell them that it's been going on for decades, but they haven't been there to help. Tell them that it's been going on for decades, but they haven't talked to the communities most affected by that change. Because if you go go into the fair areas of Newport Richey, if you go in Tampa to Sulphur Springs, you will see where the police are. You will see what these rich communities are paying for. And they're not even paying for police for slave catchers, because I will stop kindly calling them that colonial name. They pay for slave catchers to be in other people's communities on indigenous land, a place where they have zero jurisdiction. Because no one is illegal on stolen land.
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 What people need to realize when colonizers and slave catchers try to come into your community and kidnap you or kidnap someone you love is they have no jurisdiction. They have no power. What they have is authority. And we need to realize that the power is in the people. The power is in community. The power is in the unity of us together, making sure that we have our basic needs met. Because until we have that world without taken, until we have that world where every dollar stolen from us is given back to the people, we have to provide for each other. We have to do the mutual aid. We have to go into the communities where you have our drug-addicted community members, and you have to pick up those dirty needles, and you have to give them new ones. You have to come to them without stigma. You have to come to everyone who may not even be on the level of your knowledge of what liberation means and what it requires in our community. You have to do political education. You have to confront your family. If we are going to have a radical change until every belly is full in this country and in this world, it is going to have to start not just with our government, but with how we treat each other. With how we talk to each other. We cannot be transphobic when we are yelling at a fascist. We cannot be fatphobic when we are yelling at a fascist. We cannot be houseless-phobic and classist when we're yelling at a fascist. Because those people are all next to us. That's our community. Slave catchers are not our community. Because who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
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 And I ask you by show of hands, who's ever gone to feed a houseless person and seen a Nazi there to do it instead? Has anybody shown up to give someone a ride to somewhere they need to go and see a Nazi show up to do it instead? Has anyone ever helped a domestic abuse survivor and saw a Nazi there to do it instead? We do not. And when a slave catcher volunteers, it often ends up deadly. Because we cannot ask for the assistance of slave catchers to be free. So please remember that. Because it's just so sad when revolutionaries like Dr. Angela Davis, Assata Shakur, Malcolm X, Leonard Peltier, they've been risking their lives, living in cages like Leonard Peltier has for decades, so that we could stand here and even ask for so-called reform. So what we have to ask for is liberation, because it does a disservice to both our communities and to our long and beautiful history of resistance when we ask for anything less. So if they cage me up, if they kill me, I need y'all to continue to ask for liberation and not ask for reforms because you're scared. Because I'm scared too. Who's not, honestly? But continuing to live in a world with cages, with slave catchers, with ICE, with CBP, with the National Guard, and with the military is a scarier world. It's a scarier reality than the one that I will face if we win. So it does not matter who Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Because whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
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 Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black queer lives matter.
Black queer lives matter.
Black queer lives matter.
Black queer lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black poor lives matter.
Black poor lives matter.
Black poor lives matter.
Black poor lives matter.
Black incarcerated lives matter.
Black incarcerated lives matter.
Black incarcerated lives matter.
Black incarcerated lives matter.
Black sex worker 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 lives matter.
Black drug addicted 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 lives matter.
All black lives matter.
All black lives matter.
All black lives matter.
All black lives matter.
If black immigrant lives really matter to us, then please remind the people, don't arrest me, arrest ICE.
Don't arrest me, arrest ICE.
Don't arrest me.
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 Arrest ICE.
ICE and Customs and Border Patrol has only existed since 2003. I have been alive longer than that racist, xenophobic, sexist institution. Every person of color seeking safety in this country, every queer person seeking safety in this country, every woman, every disabled person seeking safety in this country, with its false borders, have the absolute right to do so. Because no one is illegal on stolen land.
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 All power to the people, y'all. If any black or brown or indigenous people would like the space, would like the floor, this megaphone is always for you. You're always welcome. And I'll just leave it here in 6 seconds.
Freight broker gave us a boost. Thanks, buddy. Freight broker is one of our biggest supporters.
I'm proud to be out here with a bunch of warriors, y'all, because no matter what they throw at us, we still come out here. They can arrest us, they can break our arms, they can lie on us, they can threaten us, they can run us over, hit us with cars, but we still here, y'all. So we win. The fact that we still here after everything we're being put through, we're winning. The only way we lose is if we stop. That's the only way we lose, if we stop doing what we're doing. So I just want to say I'm honored to be here with y'all, because I never thought I could be so many strong, like-minded people. You guys give me my strength, because this stuff is scary, let's face it. But each of you help me to go on each day, and I love each and every one of y'all. I just want to say that. I love all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, all these people done came over from Freight Broker. He's a criminal. He does have a record as well. Gotta love a bootlicker with a criminal record.
Microphones are good here.
All right, we're here. Yes, Black Lives Matter. Let me hear y'all say it one time. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
One more time. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
I just want to say to everybody that comes out here, everybody that travels far and wide to come to Newport Richey, to come to Pasco County, thank you for coming out here. I know some of you travel far. Thank you. I know it's a lot. I know this is a special kind of racism you don't get to see everywhere else. But thank you all for coming out and documenting the hell that we go through all this. Because, like I said, it's been going on for a long time. And because of all you fine folks are coming out here and helping us and bringing light to what we're going through, it's starting to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for doing what you're doing. And when they tell you that Black lives don't matter, I just want you to say Black lives matter. All right? Thank you.
Yeah, they mad. Oh, the freight broker supports the hell out of this. I mean, he's always talking about us, you know. He's always rebroadcasting the footage, you know. He's a big fan.
When's it gonna pop off? Sorry.
Right.
Please make sure to care for yourselves and each other. And if you want to please get water.
I don't know, but today's been the less stress I've had in weeks.
I do that every time. Some people here, but we're definitely here for you. So, you know, we love you. Thank you.
Hell yeah, Black Lives fucking matter.
Oh, hold on. One more announcement. I apologize. So I'm going to have a couple of calls to action. And then we need, like a great activist at one church said, we need the same energy on the phone as we have in the street. Because these politicians are not going to come to us. They should us because they took our money without asking. But that's not the reality, y'all. So, also one important announcement that today's October 20th is a little girl named Soraya's 15th birthday. It is also her second birthday spent in juvenile prison. She's been there for almost 2 years and still is during this pandemic for a crime she didn't commit. Why she is in the cage is because she is a black child. And she is a female child. And we live in a sexist, racist, colonialist system. So, I will again send this information out and I'll put it out in the group page. But let's do our part this week, if anyone is available, to lift her spirits, demand justice for her, and send her a letter. I will again post her information, and you can wish her a happy belated birthday. And you can continue to write her, even if she doesn't write back. Just because she's a child in a cage, during a pandemic especially, and we gotta support, if we really mean that black incarcerated lives matter, that means all those kids in cages as well. She's at Oak Creek Correctional Facility. Oak Creek Correctional Facility, CO Soraya Reeves, that's S-A-R-A-Y-A, her last name R-E-E-S, at 4400 Lochner, L-O-C-H-N-E-R Road, Southeast Albany, Oregon, 97322. So when anyone tries to tell you that Oregon is progressive, just do it. That's funny because there are kids in cages there also.
I'm from Oregon. I can tell you, I was from there 7 years. It could be worse than that.
for white people it's okay, but how about the rest of us? So let's all say after me, Happy birthday, Soraya! Happy birthday, Soraya! Kids out of cages! 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 Just remember when you're chanting, the people like Soraya behind those chants. We have to follow up and send those letters and make those calls. And I don't mean to our politicians, I mean to the real people experiencing the oppression. In Florida alone, we had almost 200 people in prison die from COVID-19. That's not even counting the people in cages that died by incarceration. They lived their whole rest of their life in cages. That's not counting the people that died by tasers, that died by gang rape, that died by beating, that died by gang beating, that died by asphyxiation, all because the 13th Amendment says slavery is legal as long as you are in prison. So do not forget, we are abolitionists and we will not stop until slavery is actually over. Repeat after me, y'all. We will not stop. We will not stop until slavery is actually over. It's actually over. We will not stop. We will not stop until slavery is actually over. It's actually over. Amend 13. Amend 13. Amend 13. Amend 13. Because they literally just took that tiny little part out of that colonialist paper that we call the Constitution, which again has no validity on indigenous land. Zero validity on indigenous land. And yet it still has the authority to give money, our money that is taken from us, to go to slave catchers without our consent. Because raise a hand, did anybody ask y'all before they took your money to give to slave catchers? Did anybody get an email or a call or a knock on your door? Because cops love to come knock on your door. So did anybody get a knock on your door? See, look, they're going to go put somebody in a cage right now. As we speak. As we speak, somebody in our community is going to be terrorized. So when people ask you, why do you keep going out? Because slavery continues every day. Why do you keep going out? Because slavery continues during the biggest global pandemic of our lifetime. Every day. Why do you come out? Because children are put in cages every day. So if people ask you silly questions, you can refer them to Dr. Angela Davis. If people ask you silly questions, you can forward them to Father Shakur. Because we already did the labor to explain to you. If people ask you nonsense questions, you can forward them to Mariame Kaba. Because it's in the New York Times, for goodness sake, because her article, yes, we mean abolish the police. It's very simple and straightforward. So when I say abolish, y'all say the police. Abolish! 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 Defund! 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 Indict! 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 Arrest! 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 Abolish! 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 Defund! And mind you, the fire department is still a racist institution, but at least the EMTs in there generally do a better job. Actual equipment to help someone. Actual equipment to help someone. Those hoses, those same hoses that can put out fire, are the same hoses that in California, in the redwood forest, they put enslaved people, so-called prisoners, to work as firefighters, untrained. They put those hoses in the hands of untrained enslaved people to fight fires that a lot of them died in, that a lot of them have permanent health risks and damage from. So again, recognize when you see slavery around you, because sometimes, I'm sure you all have seen all these different articles with the firefighters in California. I doubt you've seen or know when you are looking at enslaved people, which are a large portion of the photos. And right here in Florida, with the CIW, the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, some of the most intense and widespread agricultural slavery exists in Immokalee, Florida. It is well documented for decades. And there is a fair food program run by the farm workers that ensures that slavery is not happening for those specific items of produce. And yet places like Wendy's and Publix refuse to even meet with those farm workers. Refuse to meet with farm workers who have done hunger strikes at their headquarters. Refuse to talk to farm workers who are in the field asking for 1 cent more, carrying buckets on their heads as if we live in medieval times. And all they're asking for is that no child labor, no sexual exploitation, and that they get 1 cent more per pound of tomatoes. They're not even asking for a living wage. And that's ridiculous that in 2020, you have people so desperate to stop being raped and murdered and exploited while growing the food that they eat, but they are asking for 1 cent more. But Wendy's and Publix can't even meet with them. After over a decade of well-organized, nonviolent campaigns, after going to their headquarters, bringing their kids, crowd-raising funds just so they can advocate for their freedom. And Immokalee is 4 hours from here. So y'all, again, I just want to remind everybody that if we're here to support black people, then listening to them is definitely the way to go. And if you're here to confront white supremacists, then you can have these separate events. Because we've been doing that for a long time. White people have had enough space in our movement to voice their opinions and concerns. And I think that it's time for once in 2020 that black and brown and indigenous people were allowed to take up their own space. We're allowed to be listened to when they're showing you how to fight for their liberation. So again, I'll reiterate. Coalition of Immokalee Workers, CIW. Because if we really mean that black immigrants matter, if we really mean that when we say abolish ICE, then we have to support the farm workers that have been asking for our help right in our community. They're 4 hours from here. And that doesn't mean in person. That means at least sharing their stories, sharing their programs, doing what you can to uplift their voices, especially for the colonizers on this land. Because as Asada Shakur says, it is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. We have nothing to lose but our chains. So you see riot cops coming at you, don't forget, they have no power. We do. If you see Immigration and Customs Enforcement coming at you, they have no power. We do. If you see Customs and Border Patrol coming at you, they have no power. We do. Because like our wonderful comrade said, when I say power, power, power to the people, 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 power, power. asking if any black, brown, or indigenous folks have some trauma to share, some wisdom to share, something that we can learn from, or just need to vent to your community. This again will always be a megaphone just to share that community.
I just want to point out real quick why it's the future, our children, it's very important how we raise our children, because they're raising their children like that. It is very important that we raise our children to be strong and stand up for what's right. Because, I mean, the future is what's going to fix this. We started it, but to keep it going, like, I mean, that right there goes to show how these people have raised their kids then to now with hate. They raise their kids to hate, and that's a perfect example right there. Like, it's one thing, I make my child stay out of this. She's 7. Like, she says what she wants to say by herself, but I'm never going to sit here and have her going around doing what they just did. That's crazy. The future is important. How we raise our kids, what we tell them, what we show them is very important.
Someone who really cares about people's air quality and total health. So I just want to point out, not only are we on the bones of indigenous folks to continue to fight for their freedom and for the freedom of all of us. We also were on the ground where Jerry Dwight Jr., a black man and local right here in Newport Richey, was murdered. So, let me bring you to it. A lot of money put into a sting on an older, unarmed black man for selling a few extra pills. And instead of making sure that Jerry Dwight Brown could have his basic needs met so that he didn't have to do that, instead of making sure that Jerry Dwight Brown had housing, had health care, had his basic needs met so that he didn't have to sell medication that he desperately needed, they put money, Newport Richey police, into a sting that ended his life. And the only funny part is that when they shot into the car where they knew that the unarmed black man was, with an undercover who had helped orchestrate the sting, they did not wait for the undercover to get out of the car. So they literally, not only do they not care about the people they're supposed to serve, they don't care about their own either. Because slave captors have no loyalty. You can't have loyalty to a profession when that profession is made up. You can have loyalty to black and brown and indigenous and oppressed people because we exist. We are real. You can take off a badge. You can't take off my skin. Repeat after me. You can take off a badge. You can't take off skin. You can't take off skin. You can take off a badge. You can take off a badge. You can't take off skin. You can't take off skin. You can take off a badge. You can take off badge. You can't take off skin. You can't take off skin. You can take off a badge. You can take off a badge. But you can't take off skin. But you can't take off skin. So we have to remember when slave catchers entrapped and murdered Jerry Dwight Brown as he jumped into the back seat and huddled in his last moments alone for his life. That's what putting money into the police does. Power, power! Hold up, wait 1 second. Hey, y'all, would y'all like any water or snacks? Okay, cool. So don't keep us safe. We keep us safe. You keep us safe. We keep us safe. You keep us safe. We keep us safe. I don't see the police out here handing out water. Unless they want a photo op report. But what they will do is try to make it illegal for people in the community to do it with their own funds. That's what they will do. So that's what happens when you put money into slavery. When you put money into slave captures, that is what happens. They slave catch. They imprison. Because in 30 plus states, including Florida, it is legal for cops to rape detainees. So repeat after me. In 30 plus states.
30 plus states.
Including Florida. It is legal. For a cop to rape. A detainee. In 30 plus states. Including Florida. It is legal. For a cop to rape. A detainee. And God. But to continue, that's because there is no way to regulate enslavers. There is no way to regulate slavery. You have to abolish it. So when I say abolish, you'll say the police. Abolish. The police. Abolish. The police. Abolish. The police. Abolish. The police. Because. The police. Because. The police. Because. The police. Because. The police. Indict. The police. Indict. The police. Indict. The police. Indict. The police. Arrest. The police. Arrest. The police. Arrest. The police. Arrest. The police.
handled by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, right? Everybody seen the video that came out a couple of months ago. That video was kept hidden for almost 8 years. The Sheriff's Department said they were not going to release it because somebody died, and there's some BS Florida statute that says they can't release it. Well, everybody knows that the Tampa Bay Times leaked it. But what a lot of people don't know, right now the Pasco County is participating in intelligence-led policing. How do I know this? Because this is what they've been doing to people of color. They've been doing to minorities for a long time. Everybody read that article in the Tampa Bay Times, right? So I had a meeting maybe a month before that Jerry Brown video came out with some African-American leaders in the community, and we asked Sheriff Narco why Jerry Brown was killed. Do you know what he said? Well, he had prior history of bad things and battery on law enforcement. This is what they do to black men. This is what they're trying to do to me. They get you on some BS charge, and then when they want to, they can kill you, and they'll try to justify it by saying you had some bad run-in with the law enforcement 8 years ago. So let's get this correct. Jerry Brown was murdered, okay? And he was cleared, and guess what? The sheriff's office was cleared on that. And guess what? You don't know this, that the 2 officers that actually killed Jerry Brown were actually in trouble for killing somebody else. Do you think they got fired from their job? Do you think they got put on leave? Guess what? They got promotion. So they got promoted for killing people. And this isn't the first time they did it. So we have to do all we can to make sure that the sheriff and all these people don't get all this damn money that they don't need. Because guess what they're doing with that money? They're targeting us. They're targeting us. And guess what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do. You see what they're going to do. They're going to arrest us on false charges. They'll destroy your character. This is the shit they do. They'll try to send you, you know how many noise ordinances they're going to try to send you? They want to stop the movement. So I'm just telling you right now, stay educated on what's going on. You have to stay educated. That's all I'm going to say.
Alright, y'all, so we're here to support black people not to engage in white supremacy. So let's say y'all, keep your COVID to yourself. 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 Keep your COVID to yourself.
Keep your COVID to yourself.
Keep your COVID to yourself. Keep your COVID to yourself. Keep your COVID to yourself. Keep your COVID to yourself. Keep your COVID to yourself. Keep your COVID to yourself. Because who wants love? Please protect each other, sir. We're arguing to waste the time. We're busy, sir. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black queer lives matter.
Queer lives matter.
Black queer lives matter.
Queer lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Black indigenous lives matter.
Alright, y'all, let's turn our back and we are here to educate the public. Put our attention on a black woman that's speaking. We're not here for the agitator. We're not here for him. Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead. Black immigrant lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black immigrant lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black houseless lives matter.
Black incarcerated lives matter.
Black incarcerated lives matter.
Black incarcerated creation of a taxi group. Today we are here. We actually believe that black incarcerated lives matter. To free them all for public health.
Hey y'all, just so you know, we got counter protesters. I'm going to say it one time and one time only. We are not here for them. We are not engaging with them. We are here for what we're here for. We are not going to argue. We're not going to have conversations. We're not going to debate. Nah, we're not doing none of that. We're going to stay focused on what we're doing. Because for real, like that shit starting to get irritating.
Also, we have another black trans person. Most of us previously designated security, you don't need to go for
Y'all, so when black lives are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? When black lives are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? If we don't get no justice, 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 Wall Street, our street, 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 Wall Street, our street. You want nothing? Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Nothing. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Nothing. Whose side are you on? The freedom side. Whose side are you on? Nothing. Whose side are you on? The freedom side. Whose side are you on? Nothing. Whose side are you on? The freedom side. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them.
We want freedom, freedom. We don't need them, need them.
Back up.
We want freedom, freedom.
Back up, for real.
Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them. Back up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them, need them.
Healthcare, not cages.
sexual misconduct. Every 5 days, an officer is cited for sexual misconduct. 60% of those victims are underage. 60% of those victims are underage. 60% of those victims are underage. And pedophilia. And rape. Abolish the cop. 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 Ain't no good. Ain't no good. Don't arrest me. Arrest the police. Don't arrest me. Arrest the police. Don't arrest me. Arrest the police. Arrest the police. Indict the police. Indict the police. Defund the police. Defund the police. Say his name. Jerry Brown. 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 Jerry Brown was murdered by Newport Richey police. He was unarmed and he could be with us standing here today. So say his name. Jerry Brown. 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 All lives can't matter till Black Lives Matter. We say Black Lives Matter because this system shows us that Black lives in fact do not matter. So we do not say Black Lives Matter because we are a reverse hate group. We say Black Lives Matter because it appears that we gotta let motherfuckers know, right? Because they seem to not get it. Because otherwise if they got it, we wouldn't be standing out here, right? So all lives cannot matter till what? 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 I can't hear y'all. I can't hear y'all. All lives cannot matter till what? Till what? Till what? Till what? Black lives, they matter here.
Free content.
They matter here. Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, they matter here. If we don't get no justice, 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 what do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we
The
want?
flag waving
What
is
do
the
we
best.
want? What do we want?
She's trying so hard to wave the flag is the best.
If we don't get it, if we don't get it, no justice, no justice, no racism. Alright, y'all, we cannot forget that black people are in prison, not just in the custody of Richey Police and Pasco County Sheriff's Department and the state control. Hey, I have not got any money. I would like to see where this money come from, y'all. Have y'all got paid? Have y'all got paid? Hey, has everybody got paid? Anybody? I just wanted to put that out there real quick. Nobody's got paid, right? All right, just making sure.
We are going to move the sidewalk. We have a disabled community member. If we can clear the sidewalk.
Move over from the sidewalk. Clear the sidewalk. We got someone coming through. Come on.
Okay, sorry. I thought they were talking. Well, remember, y'all, always be aware that our disabled community members are a part of our community. If we say Black disabled lives matter, we have to fight for the liberation of all disabled folks if we're going to create a world that Black disabled people can live in safely. And take a moment to look around you to who you don't see in this crowd. This is not a crowd full of Black people, if you didn't notice. And for every non-Black person here, you need to go take the time to figure out what you're not doing to support Black folks. Because I've seen the whole hood come out when Black people feel supported. I've seen the whole hood come out when Black people know that you have their back. So if the next time that you're out and you see a homeless person, especially their color, make sure that you show them that you're here
just as much as you'll shoot me.
because they may not know that we are, but we clearly are. Because what do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. What do we need? Housing, not handcuffs. 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 And the sad part is when we do abolish and defund the police and make sure that every person has housing, this disproportionately affects us, it will actually help everybody. So it's so sad that we're bringing here for everybody, and specifically to support Black lives. They matter here. Black lives, 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 they matter here.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Sure.
Do they draw a line where one side's both sides? It just don't make sense.
I know.
You know, it don't make sense.
I know. It's entertaining.
Oh, it is.
Any breaks? I got like cleaners for the cameras. That's what I'm doing out here. Probably.
Everybody, if you are not on security, you should not be here on white supremacists. You should be over here supporting Black and brown lives.
If you're the one standing here and you say you're going to get attacked, that sounds a lot like you said you're going to get attacked.
Listen to what I say. I said
Yeah, you said that afterward once you realized what came out your mouth. Like this guy's saying fuck Black lives. It's like full
it's all on
face.
video. I never said I was a taser.
Transit, not taser.
I'm by myself.
Transit, not taser.
So all
Transit, not taser.
Black Lives Matter. I'll say it again.
you said fuck Black lives.
Fuck your Black Lives.
Fuck Black lives.
money that you had to spend to get here. When you come and reach us on a solar-powered bus. Because we have the money for it. We have the infrastructure for it. And our feeding problem happening. So why can't we have it? Clean energy, not cages. What do we need? Clean energy, not cages. 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 We love you. We love you. Clean energy, not cages. What do we need? Not cages. Not cages. What do we need? Not cages. What do we need? Counselors, not cops. Counselors, not cops. Counselors, not cops. Hey, you guys, I love you guys. You may want to back up for me. That's not bad. Hey, don't look at me. Y'all looking for COVID. You know how Trump supporters are. They're all about the COVID. So scoot back. You might want to scoot back. Counselors, not cops. 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 We just need to secure some funds and not what they need for when he didn't in the state of Florida. We're going to have another talk about our duties if we have to. Y'all are amazing. Again, I always want to interrupt to offer the space to any microphone or indigenous people who would like to speak on this trauma or share anything. This is always their case. Because what do we need? Indigenous farmers. What do we need? What do we need?
I'm glad you think that.
He's already president now.
I don't think racism and burning cities.
Imagine if you did land protected.
Black lives matter. Every city is there.
All right, y'all.
I remember fondly Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
Trust me, it'll be gone.
We all gather here together except for security. You're doing a beautiful and amazing job. Yeah, security should be the only ones over there. Security. Now you have people with no masks literally in your face, so thank you for literally supporting us and risking your health. Thank you. Hey, if y'all going to be up there with these non-masking people, can we at least be like 6 feet from them? Like, can we try to again, just to censor everybody, what are we here for? Black liberation. What are we here for? What are we here for? What are we here for? Black liberation. What are we here for? Black liberation. What are we here for? Black liberation. Not to argue with white supremacists. 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 So to be clear for next time, anyone who would like to come back,
You ain't black enough.
some black and brown and indigenous people in their struggle for liberation, please welcome. If you're not, you're welcome to host your own thing. Just make sure we know that we stand on the Lord's ancestors. We are going to be respectful of that. We're going to hold space for that.
Freedom of speech.
So what we are going to do today before we all head out
But as long as you're standing there like you're guarding somebody, like somebody's
and
going to
before I say that, I want to make sure. Who keeps us safe? Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe.
We get about 80,000 a week.
You gotta be. Nobody comes out here to stand up. I don't got a security guard. I didn't bring a security guard with me. I came by myself. That's how they are. That's how they are.
I came out to be white supremacists all by myself.
Everybody was doing it because I was automatically. So you think you're being picked out because you're black? I'm being picked out.
Text somebody that's your home.
I don't give a
Because
shit
they
if
do
you
follow
guys
you
need
to
to one way or
home.
another. I'll
Paranoia
talk to you like
is not unfounded. Paranoia has evidence.
It don't matter at the end of the day.
So make sure
that ain't gonna change the
lack of
election.
paranoia
You sitting
has
out here
evidence. So you're not
saying black
paranoid
lives
that
matter,
there's
it's not
zero
gonna change
evidence
this
that
president.
fascists are trying to follow.
This isn't a political move.
Because people here,
Well, no, it's
mostly
racist.
black people here, mostly black women in this continuously stop.
You're right.
So where are you voting?
Reverse racism is not a real thing. How many black people have killed you white people just for being white? Can you answer that question? How many of y'all have been killed for just being white? Answer the question. Really? 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 For just being white? For just being white? Okay. Anyways, y'all, we came what we came here to do. These are agitators. These are agitators. These are trolls. We're done. We did not come here for Trump. Trump is irrelevant. We don't give a fuck who wins. It ain't gonna help black people. This is for white people. Okay, but we're not here for you. You're irrelevant. So our day is now done. Have a great night, you guys. Let's go. Hey, Black lives, they matter.
Trump 2020.
No Trump. No KKK. No racist USA. No Trump. No KKK. No racist USA. No Trump. No KKK. No racist USA. No Trump. No KKK, 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 no racist USA. No Trump. Listen, the reason why we got these people trolling. Let's go back home. We came here to do what we need to do.
Unless you're a security person, please turn your back on these white supremacists. We're here to listen to black people.
This is amazing.
Everybody's being killed because they're black.
This is great.
All right, we're out, y'all. We're out.
I've never seen a black man get chased down by the cops and killed and didn't commit a crime. I would love to see this, and then I would be right there standing with you guys, saying this is a problem. But it's not. You guys make this shit up.
Listen, they be wasting their breath. Like, in reality, if they read a book, did some research, looked up some statistics, actually cared, they say Black Lives Matter, but in fact they don't, because if they cared, they would actually take the time to look at what we're talking about. Don't act brand new. Don't act brand new. You look stupid, sir. You look stupid, sir. You really do. You're a troll. You have nothing better to do. You look stupid, sir. You look dumb, sir. It's really sad. And I know your wife is mad, right? Because your dick is smaller than shit, right? Oh, I just had to. I had to. I had to. Because only little dick niggas come out here.
All lives matter. All lives matter. Oh, really? Not just black lives, all lives.
All lives cannot matter until Black Lives Matter. 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 All children cannot matter. y'all. Listen, we got the most ignorant, this is the superior race right here. The most ignorant people I have ever seen, ever. Y'all, let's go, because we just starting to get agitated. I can feel it. I'm going to everybody else. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. All right, y'all next time.
And it's fine.
I don't have the right to shoot you. How can I give that right to a cop to shoot you? I don't have that right. Can you give someone a right you don't have?
If the police pull you over,
Can you give someone a right you don't have?
You see all that, right, back there?
Can I give them the right to shoot someone?
We are not security.
Then why the hell you can sit there and flag, they never have a right.
but you're talking about you're saying Black Lives Matter over what meaning? What's the meaning for that?
Black Lives Matter. It's that Why do Black Lives Matter? For the exact same reason.
Hey, why don't we just all go together? Like, why are we wasting our time here with this? I don't trust it.
Why?
Because the statistics absolutely show that they face higher incarceration rates.
They're fake numbers.
You can't even come out with the facts because you just come out and go,
No, I don't.
They're fake.
I don't.
They're fake.
They make up for 18% of the population, and they're being attacked. You want to be able to ride
And all studies show that there is no difference in actual crime
penalty.
between
That's
white
what you're
people
going
and black people. It's the enforcement that's different.
No, there's no difference in enforcement. White people
Yes, there's
are
difference in
fucking
enforcement.
sure.
Thank God, yes. I've seen it with my own fucking eyes.
That cop will shoot us as quick as they'll shoot a black cop. Bullshit.
We've seen what happens when white guys
Bullshit.
shoot.
Have you looked up the statistics on that? Probably not, right? You just talk out your ass. Yeah, I know. You just talk out your ass, sir. And if they would shoot a black person just as quickly, then why aren't you mad too?
That's the police. You're living a lie. BLM is a lie. You idiots gotta quit breaking the fucking law.
I will say one thing.
Quit breaking the
This I
fucking
will
law.
say to your answer.
It's not rocket science.
If you believe that they do people from no
Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, they matter here. Black lives, yeah. Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed, y'all. How many shots? Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots? Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots? Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots?
8 shots!
Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots?
8 shots!
Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots?
8 shots.
Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots?
8 shots.
How many shots?
8 shots!
How many shots?
8 shots!
Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. How many shots?
8 shots!
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 Hey, Ayanna Jones was what, 9 years old and killed in her bed?
Not sorry, but I mean, BLM.
9 years old, killed in her bed.
Yes, train them. Right.
All right, so y'all, this morning's a little old,
all messed up right now. We're all
So that
messed
little
up.
kid that got shot in the head.
Seriously.
He got justice within 24 hours, sir.
It ain't black lives, it ain't white lives. It's
The point is, sir, he got justice. The point is, he got justice. Breonna Taylor was killed in her bed. No justice. You know how many black lives are lost and we get no justice? That little boy got justice right away. Wake up. Y'all sound stupid. Wake up. Y'all sound stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even care. You say all lives matter. What about the kids in cages? You say all lives matter. What about police brutality? Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. All you care about is your white privilege. That's all you care about. That's all you care about. Sir, I don't listen to ignorance. I do not let ignorance talk. You have no facts. You are coming with nothing but pure ignorance, sir. Pure ignorance, sir. Ignorance, sir. Ignorant is what you are. Yeah, that is what you are. That is exactly what you are. You just roll out of bed and decide what's true, sir. You don't do no research. You don't look up nothing. You don't read a book. You don't look at black history. You're ignorant. You're ignorant. You guys are all
So you should
ignorant.
be standing with us then, instead of standing against us. Donald Trump doesn't stand up for immigrants. What is the more to it?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's done more for black people than you know.
Sir, history is my major. Trust me, I know more about Donald Trump than you. Okay, so you would know that he's not a well-elected person. No, because he doesn't. He hires immigrants to do work, and he doesn't pay them.
Yes, he does.
You can look it up and
I did.
you can look it up.
He's changing the world.
Oh.
He's changing the world.
Well, the world's
Whoa.
Because it's on the Democrats.
They said that we burned down all the cities.
Why are you pointing at him when you're saying that?
the president who they
First off.
you're trying to say he has no control of the United States. It's under Trump, it's burning. Under Bill Barr, it's burning. It doesn't matter. He's the president. It's burning under
they
him.
left.
He's trying to say, oh, this is what it's going to be like under. No, it's burning right now under him.
Okay, he didn't cause this.
Go ahead.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good, bro. He loves Trump. That's, he lost. But it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, that's fine.
This isn't political. Because he's a rapist and a racist. That's the
You're not
problem.
supporting pedophilia?
Just let me.
Yeah.
Black Lives is all about pedophiles.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Really? I had no
How many
idea.
presidents
Dear
of the
God.
United
That's
States
The
have been
information you get when you read Breitbart, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Did Tucker Carlson tell you that?
Besides what? Oh, who cares? You got football, you got baseball,
We got football and
you
baseball.
got basketball.
What do you mean we got it? Because we dominate the sport, that means we have
Dominate.
it?
Because you guys are
suck.
Because black people play sports? Is that what you
dominated
said?
the president, you dominated the president. The black people didn't have the right to vote for a long time, sir. The Klan actually was killing
That has nothing to do
I don't know. He says we have sports.
Today's
I don't know
world,
what that means.
It's different.
You know the KKK still isn't classified as a hate
I
group
hate
though.
the KKK.
Oh,
I'm not for the KKK.
that's good to know.
So when your president said people,
Okay.
You understand the party's swapped, right? Like, does that mean anything to you?
yeah, you know it's swapped back.
Nothing
in the-
swapped.
It was actually
Did
held
you
in
ever
there.
like go to
Right
history
there, you know, the party
class?
swapped up.
They said we burned down all the
So
cities.
you don't actually care about actual history.
The KKK, the Klansmen never tell people who they are. That's the point of the hoods.
Yeah.
That's the point. Just so you know.
Because there's a lot of crime on it. A lot of murders. Moonlight. You know what Moonlight is?
Where do you think they do the KKK rallies out in the open?
When you do.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
they're called Trump rallies.
On that note, I'm sorry, y'all.
They actually, they call them Trump rallies.
Yeah, y'all have fun.
See you next time.
That was a peaceful
I'll see you at the
protest.
next
Thanks
one.
for keeping it peaceful, bud.
That's a harassment.
Have fun at your Klans meeting.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Why
Did you want to lick his
leaving?
boots? I'm sure I'll let
You
you.
guys have a great day.
What?
Later, man.
Have a great
Thanks,
day.
man. No,
You go ahead, sir.
not even a little, but you go ahead and lick his fucking boots.
You're going to bring him back again.
I know, right?
What's wrong with y'all?
He doesn't
Ain't
have the
nothing wrong with
stamina.
me. There's everything wrong with racist pieces of shit.
No, you don't.
Oh, they're gonna go hang out with the sheriff now.
They don't keep that.
They seen the video.
That piece of paper is bigger than that. Don't let go.
Later, man. Look at them boots. Man.
Wawa does not sponsor this interaction.
Bring this kid out. And wave him flag. Maybe not wave him.
Yeah,
All right, everybody.
A is
right? Yelling. You know, and like, don't even have